Welcome to our live show. We're elemental beings. It's getting hard, Lord. These spirits out to get me. This life is getting tricky. The world is going crazy, respect is lost. You must discern the truth or expect to get lost. Ashe. Ashe.
Everything real in the spirit, I'm trying to tell you how it is. I'm kind of hoping you hear me. It's Ashes.
Hey. 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 It's getting hard, Lord. These spirits out to get me. This life is getting tricky. The world is going crazy, respect is lost. The world is going crazy, respect is lost. You must discern the truth or expect to get lost. You must discern the truth or expect to get lost. Ashe. Ashe.
Everything real in the spirit, I'm trying to tell you how it is. I'm kind of hoping you hear me. It's all praise.
Yeah. All praise. Hey. We know your name. Yeah. Yahweh. Hey. 7 praise. Hey. We say Ashe. Hey. The only way. Hey. Hey. We give you praise. It's been hard, Lord. These spirits out to get me. My life is getting tricky. You must discern the truth or expect to get lost. The world is going crazy, respect is lost. The world is going crazy, respect is lost. You must discern the truth or expect to get lost. Ashe. Ashe.
Everything real in the spirit, I'm trying to tell you that it is. I'm kind of hoping you hear me. It's all praise.
Hey. Yay. All praise. We know your name. We sing your face. We give you praise. Yahweh. Elohims. All praise. Hey. All praise to the Most High. We blow our shades to the ancestors. The word is going crazy. The word is going crazy. You must discern the truth or expect to get lost. You must discern the truth or expect to get lost. The world is going crazy. Hey. It's been hard. It's been hard, Lord. These spirits out to get me. My life is getting tricky. The world is going crazy. Respect is lost. The world is going crazy. Respect is lost. You must discern the truth or expect to get lost. You must discern the truth or expect to get lost. Ashe. Ashe. And we elemental beings. We come through with the message. Keep your spirit protected. Accept or reject it. But we here with the message to keep your spirit protected. Hey. Hey. I like that beat. Hey.
All praise.
Hey. Hey. We know
All
your name.
praise.
Hey. We say Ashe. Hey. Every day. We give you praise. We know your name. Yahweh. And the Elohim. We know your name.
Ashes.
Hey. Praise to the Most High.
And this
Ashes
is
to
for
the ancestors. Hey. And this is for the ancestors. This is for the Most High. This is for the Most High. All praise. All praise to the Most High. And Ashe for the ancestors. And we elemental beings. The Hierophants on the drum again. Let your heart be free. The black man on the handpan. Go crazy on the beat. Hey. Go stupid on the drum. So let your heart be free. Let your heart be free. The Hierophant's on the drum again. And let your heart be free. We be tapping in your energy. We be tapping in your energy. Don't forget, we elemental beings. We be tapping in your energy. We be tapping in your energy. Tapping in the energy. Don't forget, we elemental beings. We're back with a live show. We're back with a live show. And we're here with a message. We're here with a message. Keep your spirit protected. Back with a live show. We back with a live show. And we came with the message. Spirit protected. Hey. Hey. What say? Mau. Hey. 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 Now this was for the ancestors. This was for the ancestors. This was for the ancestors. And this was for the Most High. Now this was for the Most High. This is for the Most High. We live in praise. Hey. We live in praise. We know your name. We're not ashamed. Every day. Praise. The elemental beings. We're here with the message. Accept or reject it. Keep your spirit protected. And we're here with a message. We elemental beings. Back with your live show. We back with your live show. Hey. Hey. Ride the beat. Hey. Spirit protected. We're here with your message. Hey. Hey.
Happy Mother's Day
Hey.
to you and all the other mothers.
turning dreams into reality. You're here on a mission. Get in position. You're here on a mission. Get in position. You're here on a mission. Get in position. Your spirit is lifting. Your spirit is lifting. You're here on a mission. Hey. Hey. That's ancient. Hey. Hey.
It's all happening now.
Huh?
Happy Mother's Day to the mothers in the past, present, and future.
That's right.
Right? It's going down right there. That's that melody.
Hey.
Yeah. I don't know where that came from.
I like it.
It just came out of nowhere.
I like it.
I love channeling.
Akashi likes
Akashi
it.
out here.
Akashi's out here. We got Akashi on the set today. We're gonna see what kind of energy Akashi picks up. Okay, you guys know I like my little peoples. They be on set with me. I don't hang with a lot of people, so you know the little people I gotta love them. So Akashi is here today, and we'll see what energy is pulled. Okay.
We got the mothers with us.
We got the mothers. Okay, happy Mother's Day. We hope you guys are having a beautiful Mother's Day to all the mothers, soon to be mothers, and you know the mother figures. We appreciate you.
Okay, so we're here to do what we came to do.
I notice as I become a better person and I just make better choices, that you know the enemy constantly attacks me, my body, because my body is healthy. You know, thank the Lord. I'm good in my spirit, but you know I notice that the enemy tries to come in and stop me from doing the work, you know, attacking my throat chakra all the time. So I'm going through a throat chakra episode, so bear with me, but nevertheless, the message has to be delivered. So we're going to deliver the message, right? And we're going to let the cards talk, okay? Because Mama is, you know, feeling good in my spirit. Thank the Lord. There we go.
Happy Mother's Day.
Okay, happy Mother's Day to the mom who does it all. Kudos to you, right?
Wow.
Right? Kudos to you for never giving up, you know, when things get hard, you know, pressing through, you know, making difficult decisions, you know, making sacrifices, for your family, making better decisions, just being a better you. Being a mother has been one of my greatest experiences, and I got to do it twice, thank the Lord. And I'm grateful because without my kids, I was very selfish, and they really taught me what true sacrifice is. So, kudos to you guys for making all of the sacrifices that you do, showing up when you're tired, doing what it takes to, make sure that we have children that have some knowledge, children that have some guidance, right? Because there's so many that don't. So, maybe you didn't, children that have some guidance, right? Because there's so many that don't. So, maybe you didn't get anything in the physical today. Maybe you didn't get anything in the physical today, but you made it another day. So in the spirit, it's lit. Kudos to you. God is so proud of you. You know how many times, like, I'm gonna just keep it so real with you guys right now. And you might think I'm crazy, and that's okay, because I probably am just a little bit, right? But very sane at the same time. And I used to think, when I used to see cases about like moms, right, and they would get so overwhelmed that they would do things like, leave their child outside on the side of the road, or they might jump over something and unalive themselves, right? And I couldn't comprehend it, but I understand. Life can be very overwhelming and overbearing when we have responsibility. So you may need to give yourself a pat on the back. If no one else told you today, kudos to you anyway, right? You did a lot of hard work to become who you are, and I feel like every day you are becoming better. And it can seem easier sometimes, because I know for me, I'm like, well, maybe if I was just I used to look at people, and it was very terrible with me, and I'm gonna just tell you the truth. I used to look at people that did drugs, and I used to be like, yo, they have an easy life. Their parents just take care of their kids. They don't have any cares in the world, and they can just live, and they don't stress about anything. And I really had to change my mindset, because sometimes it gets hard. You were like, well, I can't just, I was never a person that could just run away from my responsibilities. So you could have gone through these kind of things too, and have different moments in life where it just was really challenging, really hard. But look at where you are now, and look at the children that you're raising. A lot of you guys have very bright, intelligent children. You're a divine being, so the seed, the tree bears the fruit, right? So something about that, so give yourself a pat on the back today. We love you guys so much, and we hope you guys have a great Mother's Day. Okay?
Absolutely. I want to say happy Mother's Day again to all the moms out there, and particularly like the moms that's dealing with like children that may have been, they may have been compromised, they may have problems, behavior issues, whatever, a number of things, right? I just want to say and encourage you. I remember being told at one time in my life that, children that are born with difficulty and struggle, they oftentimes is the children that have the greatest potential in them. And not only that, they develop an early immunity to different things, right? So this is for my person that may have a child that's impaired, or in any type of way. Could be behavioral issues, right? Just know, like, it's not the situation of being doomed from the start. What you perceive that may be hard or evil to deal with in a child, that could be the very thing that God is going to use to mold the child in the end, right? It's all about perception, right? So kudos to all the mothers that go the extra distance,
Okay.
I know I was a lot on my mom's hands, right? And she did her best, and it's hard sometimes, right? Like I said, when you have challenging issues that surround your children, I know it's hard. So maybe take this day to reflect. Some of the mothers that passed on in your lineage, right? Burn a candle, like, get in touch with them, like, Again, happy Mother's Day. This is your day.
Okay.
I'm just here to do a job today.
Okay, so let's get some energy out and see where we are on this beautiful day. Okay, where you guys at? Where you guys at today? We like to know where you at. What state you guys in? Let's see. So we got the Two of Cups in the reverse here. Okay. You know, maybe somebody showed their true colors today. Okay. Someone that you thought you were in union with could have really like showed their true colors today. You know how sometimes, you know, when it's a lot, you know, a holiday or whatever you want to call it, you know, a lot of energy is thrown around on these kind of days. So I don't know if maybe someone could have made you feel invaluable today or whatever. Hey, Michigan. What's up, Texas? Hey, Dallas, Jacksonville, right? Something about that. I don't know. Some kind of discord in some kind of relationship here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so some kind of discord because you are no longer confused or something.
Yep, this card says discord.
Okay, yeah, so it's something about that. I don't know if something's going on today because you refuse to like fall for illusions or something like that. I don't know if like someone thought they could play you today or something like that, or if you got like some kind of offer from someone, but it was not like an honorable offer. You made the right choice. You seen through the illusion. You made the correct choice. There could have been someone trying to shower someone with some kind of gift or something like that today, and you could have been like, you know, well, where were you at yesterday? Kind of energy. I don't know, something about that. I don't know. There's some kind of disharmony here because I feel like it's because, you know, yeah, look, for you, it's the Nine of Cups. Because you gain your confidence or something like that, and you're looking for a family, okay? Something about that. You want stability. Someone else could want to play like tricks. Like tricks are for kids, and you could be like, you know, I'm a grown-ass man, is what I'm hearing. I just heard I'm a grown-ass man, okay? Something about that. Someone could be playing tricks here. I don't know. They could have really showed themselves today. I don't know, but it feels like for you, whatever this situation is, it brings self-confidence, okay? It brings in wish fulfillment, you know. Imagine being able to finally reject the offer. You know how a lot of times, you know, the offer is there and you just can't reject it, right? But then the offer comes around this time, it's like, no, Satan, I'm not doing this. You know, something about that. Someone's rejected some kind of offer that's bringing them wish fulfillment. It's bringing an abundance towards you and your legacy, your family. Okay, it's bringing you closer into your soul tribe. People that really care about you. People that don't want to waste your time and play games with you. Okay, something about that. Someone could be playing Uno. I just heard Uno. Okay.
I got an easy 10 of Wands to the abundance. So I can see the weight of responsibility, right? And definitely, like 10 of Wands to the abundance is just a weight of responsibility. But the footnote says there's always another way to do something, right? So, you know, the weight of responsibility is just what it's going to be, right? I feel like maybe somebody feels unappreciated today, maybe a little bit in certain ways, right? And I do want to encourage my moms that got children, right? You know, like younger children. They, you know, I dealt with a lot of children, right? And I can tell you, they don't really know how to express their appreciation. So sometimes they just run rampant. And I know you be looking at them like, man, all I do in this child is, but it's your abundance. 10 of Wands to the abundance, right? Not only that, 10 of Wands is material for you to build abundance with. So sometimes, like the things that weigh you down, when you transmute them, they become the things that you can really build on. 10 of Wands is material. 8 of Swords to the open-mindedness. Like, so, you know, things come in fast, and there's a need to be open-minded about it, right? Somebody got some information. I can easily see that, right? Probably came in fast, right? 8 of Swords is it's more or less like a nervous kind of energy, and maybe even a stubborn energy. Well, maybe you could be looking at something one way. Like the card says, there's always another way to do something. So maybe you need to just open your mind, right? Something's got you kind of nervous, or maybe even flighty, like, you know, like Maybe you putting off something. There's more than one way of looking at things. You must be ready to accept alternative viewpoints and new ideas. You must open your eyes to new ideas and new ways of resolving problems. So the cards are saying it. There's more than one way to do a thing, and then it says, be open to new ideas and new ways of resolving your problems. So open-mindedness. Somebody you need to open up. The thing that's weighing you down that feels like a burden, that's the thing that's bringing you your abundance. And I'm feeling like it's the burden of motherhood. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I feel like that. Yeah, strong. Like, 10 of Wands to the abundance is bringing you abundance, right? But, like I said, sometimes a lack of appreciation, kids that don't want to follow the rules, children that feel like they're challenging you, all that is 10 of Wands. But all that is also abundance, right?
What? Akasha says, pay attention to the company that you keep. That's good advice. Thank you. Okay. Something about that. Okay. We got the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse here. The 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. The 3 of Swords in the reverse. And the High Priestess in the reverse. You could be 33 years old. Okay. There's something about, I don't know, like, there's someone that doesn't really want to work as a team with you, but they want your abundance. You know, like, it's like kind of like the little red hen, you know. The little red hen was going to bake some bread, right? And she asked all of her friends, like, you know, who will help me bake this bread? Will you help me? Right? And no one wanted to help her bake the bread. Like, you know, everybody's like, nah, I don't want to help, right? But as the bread began to bake and they could smell the aroma, everyone then wanted to eat the bread, right? So it's like that kind of energy. There's someone that doesn't want to help you bake the bread. They just want to be around to eat it. You know, that's why we got the 6 of Pentacles here in the reverse.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Okay. It's something about that, you know. And I'm sorry, you know, a lot of evil energy, they have no integrity. So, you know, they don't want to do anything that takes, that requires a lot of effort or work, right? So evil always wants a shortcut. That's why I always say that a lot of times when you're getting instant gratification, it's typically low vibrational, right? Because the things that come from God, divinity, the Most High, Allah, Joseph Smith, whatever you may say, right? I feel like they take time. You know, everything is in divine timing. And I mean, even the world took what, about 7 days, right? So something about that, I don't know. There's someone with their hand out, but they don't want to hand you any ingredients that go in the pot, you know, like that kind of energy. Like you could be making some gumbo and you could be missing your shrimp, and they have shrimp in the house, but they're like, girl, what you gonna do? What you gonna do about the shrimp? But they live right there, and they don't want to go get them. It's something like that. Okay, and you could have found this out. This could be a painful truth, you know. When we have relationships that, you know, go left, and these are people that we truly love, people that we thought had our back, it could be very painful. So this could be a painful truth that you're realizing, you know, that, you know, that everything's not fair and just here. That something was imbalanced, and I know this to be true because the High Priestess is in the reverse. See, a person not only wanted to take from you, but they also wanted you to be blind while they took it. It's like, not only did you want to steal from me, but you want me to act like I don't see it. Kind of energy.
Crazy.
Okay? Like something like that. But I feel like you, with the 9 of Cups to the 10 of Pentacles, you're up here and you're receiving blessings. Why? Because when people did you like this, you didn't get on social media and blast them. You prayed to God like, God, why do these people keep doing this? I'm just trying to find genuine friends, you know. I just really want a loving mother, because some of you guys got toxic ass mamas, right? Okay. And you know, I'm hearing some of you guys like, you know, I just wanted to be a daddy's boy, right? A daddy's girl. So you've gone through enough, you know, traumas in life, and I feel like someone almost took it like, you know, they abuse you. They use your triggers and your traumas. It was trauma bonding. That's what, thank you, Spirit. There was a lot of trauma bonding going on here, and someone didn't like the fact, I thank you, Spirit. Okay, so you're healing and someone refuses to, and they don't want to heal. They just want the rewards that because you reap what you sow, and you're sowing and you're planting and things are coming to you. The rewards that because you reap what you sow, and you're sowing and you're planting and things are coming to you, and someone feels like they should have a part of it, right?
I got a lot of those in my energy.
Okay, that's what it is. It's like someone feels like they should have a slice of your cake even though they didn't bake it.
Some people even saying that you're not qualified to do what you're doing.
Okay.
Whatever it is you're doing, is like nobody told them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't know what they think they're, and it be energetically, right?
That's exactly what's happening here. This could be a person, and the sad part about it is this person is supposed to be someone that was supposed to be on your team. They were. God was giving this person a chance through you, an opportunity. God will use people to bless other people. So some of you guys, and this is vice versa. Some of us, we also lost people that were blessings, right? Something about that. People that wanted to go on the other side because they couldn't see the vision like you could see it. They couldn't see that things were going to come together. All they could think about is, we don't have this right now. I need this right now, because in the human flesh, we're thirsty. And see that things were going to come together. All they could think about is, we don't have this right now. I need this right now, because in the human flesh, we're thirsty. We're sinful, we want things that we shouldn't have, and we want them right away. So that's what happened here. It's like someone thought that you would just always be around, and now imagine imagine your favorite store closing down and you can't go anymore. They had your favorite food, like you can only find this one particular item at this place, and now it's shut down. It's gone. It's non-existent. That's what it is. It's like, the resources have been shut down. See, you guys were shelter for a lot of people. I'm hearing literally like somebody could be homeless, after leaving you. I'm hearing couch to couch, house to house, sad, miserable, and you could be feeling the energy of this, when people are sad and down and out, and they sit there and they stare at your pictures, because I'm hearing someone, they sit there and they evil eye your pictures, and they pick you apart, and they look for every flaw about you because they can't be next to you. Something about that? Okay.
It just feels like I don't know. It feels like like an anxious energy. You know how people are when they want you to stop doing something, right? And it becomes spiritual. Like once they realize, okay, I don't have the power to stop this person naturally anymore, then it becomes something altogether different, because then they go in different places and they begin to say different things, right? But I see a good guy out here, and I want to focus on this 3-card energy right here, right? I see a King of Wands out here, right? And it's being clarified by forgiveness to the 7 of Pentacles, trust in reverse, yet the Empress to the growth, right? This is promises. So somebody, you got a good man, right? King of Wands, so a King of Wands definitely going to lay down the stroke game, right? That's a given. Now, with the forgiveness right here, right? This is somebody who probably forgave you for something already, right? I'm really feeling that. A King of Wands, an upright King of Wands does have like a King of Wands is, I'm going to give you a personality of a King of Wands. A pure King of Wands, as a woman, you could really slip up and go out here, and you could slip all the way up and go out, right? But the King of Wands is able to let that go, because the King of Wands, he got a stroke that he confident in, so it's not going to be a thing. Because see, anything less than the King of Wands, you can't go out and cut up like that. Not saying do that, somebody already did it. But when you go out and cut up on the other kings, they might come back, they might ask you, well, did you like it? Or, well, how big was it, right? But the King of Wands not going to do that. The King of Wands really going to be like, all right, well, where do we go from here? That's why it's being clarified by forgiveness, right? So specifically, somebody you have a forgiving man, right? Cool. Seven of Pentacles to the trust in reverse. So it could be you or either this guy, but somebody is distrusting in the work. Now, I'm going to tell you, if one person is in the Seven of Pentacles and the other person got the trust in reverse, it's going to become counterproductive, right? You got to trust in, if you're in a relationship with a King of Wands that's full of forgiveness, you got to trust him. When he goes shake and move or whatever it is that he's doing, you got to be like, all right, man, I see you when you get back. Because the upright King of Wands, he not going to go out. I mean, he might have all the characteristics of a person that's going to go out and cheat. But a pure, authentic King of Wands, that's going to exude from him. Because the way he walk, the way he move, the way everything is going to exude that. But if he's really upright, you won't have to worry about none of that kind of energy. So trust in the Seven of Pentacles, right? And then you got the Empress to the growth. So maybe you pregnant. I'm really feeling the energies. Somebody pregnant by a King of Wands, right? The baby is growing. The energy is growing, right? Whoever got this King of Wands out here, right? I'm saying a guy full of morality right here. Feels good, right? Put some trust in it, right? And if you are pregnant, congratulations, right? Be happy with the results of your action.
So I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm seeing the opposite energy over here. So my condolences first and foremost. Trigger warning. I'm seeing someone that actually could have had a miscarriage and also a loss of a relationship. So I'm very sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, your reading looks sad.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I gotta speak on it, right? But yeah, so it's something about that. Conception, yeah. Okay, also we have, I'm gonna talk about this. The Ten of Pentacles to the change. Number 12 could be significant. You could be 21, you can have a 12-year-old. I don't know, something about 12. But we have the Ten of Pentacles and change. Whatever you're doing for your family is changing things. You're setting the tone, you're setting the bar. So a lot of you guys need to know that the work that you're doing is really it's really going to not only benefit you but your family. Like, you know, your children are able to hold decent conversations. They're able to understand what's going on around them, and they are very aware due to you. So something about that, you're changing things, you're changing the frequency, you're breaking generational curses, and I feel like you are quantum shifting. You know, you're changing your timeline because you have made a choice to change here. I feel like also with transition number 43, you could be 43 or 34. You're learning that change is constant, okay? So something can change and it can feel really good, but guess what? That can change too, right? And you're learning to become okay with change, right? We know that change is very necessary in order for us to grow, and right, we're on a spiritual path of growth and development, right? So something about change is here. You know, I feel like also with transition and the Nine of Cups, I feel like because you have decided to change your attitude, you know, the way you perceive things, the way, you know, you address things. Because some of you guys, I'm hearing that, you know, you used to go from 0 to 100 real quick, didn't ask a lot of questions, you know, very irrational kind of behavior, almost like a ticking time bomb. And now I'm hearing that, you know, you're addressing things better. So kudos to you. That takes real growth and development. And then we do also have romantic love, number 39. And then that's on top of the Seven of Cups in the reverse here. So I don't know if someone tried to come in and like love bomb you with some kind of romance or whatever it is. And because you are no longer stuck under the spell, I'm here to spell. Someone could have did a love spell on someone or something. Okay. You know, I was thinking it's crazy. You know, now that the television is finally showing all this ancient witchery and all these different things. You know, you have a lot of people playing in a lot of things. Some of these people are playing in things they don't even know about, right? So I don't know, someone could have done something here, you know, a little whatchamacallit, right? I don't know. There could be someone on like some heavy narcotics here or something. There could be someone that does like opioids or something. Some kind of addiction is showing up here for someone. Someone could be very delusional too, okay? There could be someone that just like, you know, it's almost like a narcissistic behavior when a person, they refuse to do right, so they just want to figure out, they want to talk about every reason that you didn't do them right and why they did what they did, and you know, that kind of behavior. But I feel like, you know, you've changed. So you could be hearing this in the background but not really paying attention to it. But it could be trying to disrupt your work because, you know, you're going through a transition, a change. You know, you're going through elevation. You know, you were spiritually oppressed one time, but now it's like you got your spiritual first aid kit. God is patching you back together little by little. And so you could be feeling like energy's pulling you several different ways. But continue to change here. Okay, continue to allow yourself to be you know, flow on the journey. Allow God to just do his thing, right? Don't look back. Don't worry about the energy. I know you can feel it. You just gotta pray, Lord, I feel this energy around me. I just ask that you move any blockages meant to destroy me. Sometimes you just have to call the energy off, okay? Something about that. Now there is someone else that's also pregnant. Conception is here. Romantic love. There could be someone, and you could be like in the relationship with the freaking love of your life, you know, someone that really treats you good, you know, a person that truly understands you. That is some good love, you know, a person that even knows those dark things about you, but they love you through them. They can, you know, they like the little peculiar things about you, the imperfections, you know, they adore you for who you are. And I'm seeing like real love out here. Kudos to you. I'm 39. It could be me. Hey, baby.
What's happening? I don't know why the thing to Three's company just came in my head. Take a knock on our door. But the kisses were hers and his and Three's company.
I heard that. That was a TV show.
I don't know why it just came to me, right? Somebody must have in your childhood or something. But we got 8 of Cups to the Guidance in reverse. So I love that for you, right? I mean, this is somebody, you clearly was being misled by somebody and you abandoned it. You got out of that, right? There's a lot of cups out here, so today don't overdo it, right? I don't want nobody to go out there and be too drunk, right? You know, because a lot of cups out. It's actually 28 cups on the board right now, right? You got the 8 of Cups upright to the Guidance in reverse. So I feel in the issue area, heart space, you kind of elevated, right? Maybe you was with somebody and maybe they was trying to misguide you or mislead you somewhere, and you was like, all right, I'm done, I had enough, you know, because, and then I see the 10 of Cups in reverse being clarified by self-love. So this shows you, right? This shows you after you leave, you know how you with somebody that's leading you down the wrong path, and then you get away from them, and then you feel like 10 of Cups in reverse because you have a low self-esteem because you've been through so much with the person, you know. Sometimes you're really uncertain as to how to move on from those places. Like, you know, when spirit call you out of something and the ancestors make life damn near impossible for you to live without you leaving, right? Or you abandoning, aborting the mission. So I see that happen, right? And it left you 10 of Cups in reverse to the self-love in reverse. So, you know, even it got a peacock and the word pitiful came out. And I know I've been there before. I done looked back and been like, man, how I allow myself to be in that situation? Like, that's crazy. Like, you know, so, yeah, you know. But the good thing about this is you got the 10 of Cups right back up right next to it. So that's where your ancestors came in and passed you up. And it says good news. It's clarified. So I do see big ancestral energy in this exchange. I'm literally seeing somebody being misled and they ancestors stepping in and making things just go probably crazy in your life. Probably even felt like you was about to be unalived. You know how they do. You know how when you get those strategic spirits in your bloodline. If you're a powerful one, they come in real frightening, right? It's only to make you move. It's not to harm you. It's, you know, you step out the door and you feel like, oh, the day is it gonna be the day? Things feel so crazy. The whole time you being guided, right? It's just the way that it plays out. Because obviously, you know, 10 of Cups upright. That is ancestral inheritance. That's ancestral love. This is the footnote. Belonging, happiness, lasting success, home, feeling blessed, generosity, contentment, and last but not least, family. Good news. So kudos, you know, somebody's ancestors, they stood all the way 10 toes down. Look, that's them. Look. 10 cups down for you. It turns your 10 of cups in reverse back upright. Somebody try to trick you out your ancestral inheritance and everything.
And I
right?
know that's real.
You know what I'm saying? Like the guidance all out here in reverse. The 8 of Cups all out here. You probably was drinking a lot, you know.
I was saying somebody playing like that red solo cup game or something. I see a lot of cups. But I know he's not lying because we got the 5 of Swords here to the Chariot to the Hierophant. 55 could be significant. This could have been a 5-year cycle. You could be a life path number 5. But what I see is, you know, you could have literally watched someone allow some kind of evil energy to overtake them, and you had to walk away from it, and you had to get out of there fast to get yourself back into alignment to find victory in your own life. You know, when I look at the Chariot with the black and white horse, it reminds me of, you know, a person really balancing their yin and their yang. You know, a person that is really balancing their light and their dark because they know they can't walk in the middle, right? So it's like, you know, finding more high vibrational things to overlaps the low vibrational things, right?
That was slick.
Yeah.
What you said, you know, finding balance because you can't walk in the middle.
Absolutely, you know, finding a way to, you know, let the cons outweigh the pros. I was the pros outweigh the cons, like, you know, intentionally doing more vibrational things so that you have less time to be in low vibrational energy. Think about it. When we don't have a schedule, that's why it's important. You remember God said, write the vision out in Habakkuk?
Yes, he did.
Right? Write it plain on paper. And
yep.
then the vision too shall pass eventually, right? And it makes so much sense. When we don't have a schedule, I even notice with my own self, when there's no schedule, there's a lot of time for nonsense, you know? Now, when you have yourself on a schedule, you know, there's a lot of time to do high vibrational things. Maybe you scheduled in your 10 minutes of meditation. Maybe you scheduled in a 20-minute prayer session. Maybe you, whatever you did, like, you know, you're doing things that are high vibrational so that you don't have time for the low vibrational things. You really have to start doing things like that for yourself, you know? But we got the Hierophant here, so whatever you had to leave behind to find victory, to find success, to find yourself again, because I'm hearing someone, you literally lost yourself, you know? You thought you knew who you were, but this energy could have really broken you down. You know, evil has no mercy. It don't matter how good you look. When someone is evil, they will tear you down.
I just want to say, there's an Emperor in reverse, and when I pulled this card, it had a worm on it.
Okay, yes.
There was a worm wiggling on the card, right?
Right. But the beautiful thing about this energy is that this led you into your spiritual journey. See, the Hierophant is when you found connection with God again. It's like, you know, you could have been lost. I'm hearing, amazing grace.
Them ancestors.
How sweet the sound. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Something like that, right? I know. Save a wretched like me. I know, but I wanted to be. I don't know. I wanted to switch. Yeah.
How you gonna remix the ancestral song?
I told y'all my name is Lala and I'm addicted to remixing. I'm sorry, y'all.
You
Okay.
done read the ancestors over there talking about.
I know. I was like, it don't go like this, but it sound good.
They
So.
said, oh, she
I
up
was
there
like,
showing off.
Yeah, when you said it, I'm like, it don't go like that, girl. But it sounded good. So, no, it doesn't go like that, okay? But you get it, right? I heard that kind of energy. You know, it's something about being led to your spiritual journey. You know, a lot of times, once you get to that breaking point where you feel like you about to snap, that's when you like, all right, God, I got fed up.
The
devil had me messed up. My ancestors had to step up, right? Like that kind of energy. It got to that point
And
for
God
you.
got me blessed
Now
up.
God got me blessed up,
You
right?
know?
So I feel like, you know, you something about that, you know, something about you also, you know what really saved you? You know, when you were in these different relationships, the enemy mostly wanted to attack your faith, you know? And because you kept praying when things were being done to you, because you kept getting down there and praying, because you kept believing, because you understood that deep down in your heart, well, I may be not the best person in the world, but I am striving to be, you know, something. I know I can't be this low, Lord, to be deserving this, right? And God heard you, right? And you've been redeemed here. It's like, you know, you got the keys, is what Spirit's saying. Look at the keys down there. You have the keys to unlock whatever it is because it's inside of you. You know, everything you've been looking for, it's been there. It's an understanding, right? You know, we looked outside to people for so long for everything that was inside of us. Remember, we were predestined. Everything that we needed for this journey was already inside of us. We just had to feed it, acknowledge it, accept it, right?
Tap into it.
Tap into it.
Tap into it.
Something
Hey, you know, I'm saying somebody's trouble.
Hey, yo.
I'm saying who.
Go ahead, babe.
Man.
My feet stuck together.
Oh man. Oh, I'm saying what was troubling somebody, right? Because you had an Emperor in reverse, and when I pulled this guy out the deck, he had a worm on him, right? And the balance is in reverse, right? So maybe this was somebody's problem. An Emperor in reverse is very controlling, a very domineering type of energy, right? And with the balance in reverse, it's definitely somebody that, you know, was in your life. And, you know, with the balance being in reverse and this Emperor being temperamental, demonic, right? Basically, I'm going to say it. You could have easily been trying to go the right way, and innately this energy just start doing things to pull you that way, right? Even irritable with you. When it's time for you to make a change and clean up, this is an energy that wanted you dirty. Like they wanted you to be in a dirty way, right? Because maybe they had their way, right? The Emperor in reverse, they often want you to share the decadence with them. They want you to be a part of it. It's an Emperor. It's not a king in reverse, right? A person that will leave your world alone and go about their business. That's a king. An Emperor in reverse is a person that wants your world to be affected by their world, period, right? And yeah, then it shows you in the Queen of Wands energy to the transition in reverse. But it's a double energy again, right? Because this is just showing you where you were stuck at, right? Aggressive, demanding, deceitful, self-doubt. And that's true. Because I know when the Queen of Wands is hooked up with an Emperor in reverse, you automatically, you're becoming your enemy without even wanting to be. You know, you starting to have to be deceitful because you being deceived, right? So it's like, I'm going to fight fire with fire, right? And that's Queen of Wands energy. And then you begin at some point to doubt yourself. Why? Because you were probably under a spell, right? The Emperor in reverse, it doesn't have to be, it's not like a Hierophant in reverse, but the Emperor in reverse is a very psychological person who's very engineering, right? They'll engineer shit in your mind, right? And then sit back and watch for it to play out, right? Well, I wouldn't say in a certain way, the Emperor in reverse
Definitely
could be codependent, but the Emperor in reverse is also a person that has enough to make you think otherwise, right? Like this ain't a person that necessarily need for your money or nothing like that. They need your energy, so they can actually use money to
Right.
bring you in, right? Emperor in reverse, right? This is not a person that want to lay around your house all day, right?
They sick in their spirit,
The
so
Emperor
they need
got
the energy.
Yeah, the Emperor in reverse, he got resources now. Don't get me wrong, right? This is an energy. He got resources, right? But you got to realize he's so domineering that the Emperor in reverse is not even content when there's other males in your energy. This is a person that want to block out everybody, right? If you got a strong male in your family, they the target. The Emperor in reverse, they target in that relationship. This is what they do. Like, you might be like, yeah, my brother, you know, he just that and the third. The Emperor in reverse, he automatically gonna
Like
be
you talking
like,
about your brother?
oh yeah, oh really, yeah.
Weak.
He gonna, because it's not. Let me explain something to you. Don't look at that as a weakness. That's a trait of an emperor anyway. Even if he upright, he's gonna sense the male threat. He's gonna look to see. But the emperor upright is more empathetic, more sharing, more understanding. Still gonna challenge an alpha gonna challenge another alpha in your life. That's just what it's gonna be. But the emperor in reverse is doing it to manipulate the energy, right? So, bam. And last but not least, I see you. Remember, the Queen of Wands had this transition in reverse with the frog. But then it got the back with the transition upright to the Three of Wands. So this Three of Wands, it shows you stepping into a place where you now, maybe past or present, or even to come. But at some point, this Three of Wands puts you in a place where you can see everything. Like, oh, all right, I could see if I keep doing this, I can see what it's bringing in. If I go ahead and get out of there, I can see what it's bringing in. So the Three of Wands is a heightened sense of awareness, right? A lot of people, on a lot of Three of Wands, the character on the card, he's levitating, right? So it's kind of like rising above your circumstances. And in this case, it was needed because you was enthralled by Emperor in reverse. So you had to claim your dominion back, your domain, right? Somebody, you literally had to begin to see things differently. And I'm glad that you did, because it led to a transition. So you're no longer the Queen of Wands that was failing the transition. See, this a past tense energy. See, it wouldn't change. This is good energy right here. See that transition upright to the Three of Wands. So I'm glad for the insight for you. I'm glad that you was able to obtain Three of Wands, right? Especially dealing with an Emperor in reverse who got a worm on him, right? Because the Emperor in reverse, the card had a worm on it when I pulled it, right? I was like, this is a nasty Emperor in reverse right here, right?
Somebody's name could be Bernard Jones. Bernard Jones. That's what I heard.
Whoa.
Okay. We got number 19, Delight, coming out for you. And I love this because I feel like with the Chariot and with the Hierophant and Delight, Spirit is saying it has been a delight working with you. Like, you know, you have been making things very easy by, you know, answering the call, going with the flow, not being so controlling about everything, you know, being okay with not being able to see your next move, but knowing that you still have to take that step. You know, it's kind of like when a baby gets their hard bottoms and they have to take that first step on those little white shoes they used to wear for the first time. You know, it's like, you know, you're willing to get down there with those hard bottoms and try it out. So you've been a delight. You've been a pleasure to work with, you know. And it says, look inside yourself. All you want, you already are. And, you know, you finally get this. You didn't get this at one point, but you do get it now. It's like, you know, abundance, resources, your wish is granted. Remember we had the 9 of Cups come out? I told you that was like my genie in a bottle card. You know, it's like you've been calling out, you've been praying, you've been, you know, being obedient, right? You're not a person that's just looking for the bag with no obedience. You're like, God, I've been obedient. I'm being obedient, and I plan to remain obedient. You know, this is what I desire in life. And because you're doing the work, it brings in abundance. Your wish is granted is what I'm hearing. Okay? You could have watched Aladdin recently. That could have been one of your favorite movies, but there's something about, you know, your willingness to do the work is why shit is working out for you, you know. And I keep saying that it seems so scary when things begin to work, because evil wants you to be like, you know, doubting yourself. Evil wants you to be like, oh, I don't deserve this, right? But there's something that's working for you, you know, because you decided to look inside of yourself, you know. All of your wishes are being granted, you know. You took the high road when everyone did the scams, because there's a lot of scamming energy. And remember, I told you guys, there's a lot of scammers that are about to be exposed and stopped, incarcerated. Like, you know, it's going down. I'm hearing like a federal sweep or something. This could be on the news. This could be a worldwide event that Spirit is giving to me. Okay, something about remember I was telling you guys the cyber threats and security. Something's going on in the background, so all you have to do is remain steadfast. There's no need for you to worry, because the enemy has already been defeated. But do you believe it? That's the question, right? Are you living like you believe the enemy has already been defeated, right?
It's a lot of truth coming out. And it's a lot of leaders around the world, and they under spiritual, like, you know, see, one thing about people don't realize, these heads of state around the world, right? The spiritual presence in their life is magnified, right? And all across the world, right? They desperate to tell the truth now.
Yeah.
Because they see that God is not playing.
Yeah, they done took them oaths. They have to be, you know.
Man, they are telling the truth now. Like, that's why you got to be careful. Choose your enemies wisely at this point, right?
Every battle ain't.
You know, yeah, right. You got to let that go on. Like, when you talking about world leaders and all of this right now, all I can tell you is God has called judgment. So you got one turning on the other. You know, they got something out now where they saying Irish people are black. I always said that.
I have an aunt with red hair.
I told her when we first met, you know, some of the toughest people I ever came into contact with are people from Ireland.
Me too.
Like, they had them in I went to a school where they had foreign exchange students, and they were from there, and they had a wing of their own. Them boys was rough.
Oh yeah, I'm
talking about like they were tough.
I actually have two friends, I think, on here. I have two redhead friends, and they were very strong women, and we always have a bond. But I have an aunt, and she is, you know, the same complexion as me with red hair. You know, my cousin has red hair, so. And
my family is like directly related to Ireland too. Like, my last name is Irish last name. And when I did studies, I'm like, oh, I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm finding out a lot right now. Like,
you know?
So yeah, it's like, but the truth is at hand.
I
right?
love it too.
Like, you know?
You know? Because it says, what is planted in your soul will sprout. So, you know, a lot of you guys, you know, we do talk, because there's some people that you definitely had some toxic people in your childhood, but there are some people here, and even though you had these toxic people in your childhood, there's someone that stepped up, because it says that what is planted in your soul will sprout. So there's someone that gave you some kind of good seeds, and, you know, I feel like, you know, your dedication towards whatever they taught you, you know, you could have had mentors. I'm hearing some of you guys went to like boys and girls clubs, you know, you picked up different people, teachers and things throughout life that you could really count on. They gave you words of encouragement, and these things really planted seeds in your soul, and now they're sprouting, right? And it says plant seeds, dedication, your work is rewarded. See, work gets reward, right? You know, everybody wants the abundance, everybody wants the car, the money, the house, but nobody wants to do the work, you know. So give yourself a pat on the back for doing the work, you know, not taking a shortcut, you know, not doing the things that other people were doing, not allowing people to convince you. Because, you know, just like God uses people, so does evil. Evil will use someone that you love to convince you to do the worst shit. And then you'll, you know, because, you know, people love you you know, when you're doing good, as long as you're not doing better than them. So to see you self-sabotage, a person, you know, a lot of times people really don't care. So that's why when you find a few good friends or mentors or people in your life that truly cherish you, honor these people, call these people, thank these people, show up for these people, show love to these people. Don't become envious,
And
right? Don't become distant, right? You know, show these people love. These are, you know, it's very few people that even helped you on your journey. I'm hearing Spirit say you had very few people. So those ones that did help you, you better show them some love while they're here.
Inbox us, right? You know, inbox is always open.
Always open.
We got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse to the productivity, and again, I love it. I'm gonna show you why, because my intuition is clicking in some. It's a few of y'all energy that I'm reading, right? This Wheel of Fortune to the productivity, it shows me that you was in a place where nothing was working for you. You even could have been on your way to the Hades, right? You could have been on your way to the Hellfire, right? But something became active, and that's that hidden strength that she's talking about, right? You became productive in a situation where the Wheel of Fortune was in reverse. And you know how I know this to be? Because it has 8 of Wands to the spirituality in reverse. You know what that's putting things, like, you know, when things bind us and we get that 8 of Wands. My ancestral readings, the 8 of Wands is a message from up above. I tell everybody that, right? So it was a message from God. Spirituality in reverse. So you begin to turn things that was attacking you around. Also, even spell work. Yeah. Somebody did a return of sender, spirituality in reverse. You was able to get a binding factor off of you. Yeah. You moved it. God gave you the power. I don't know whether you rebuked it in the name of Jesus of Nazareth. I don't know if you worked with the Orishas and they came and had to yank somebody down. I don't really know what's the case right here, but I do see a powerful shift pending a message from Spirit, right? 8 of Wands, spirituality in reverse. And you know how I know this is the case, and I'm not just making this up? Because the devil is in reverse being clarified by cleverness, right? That's Spirit. Trust and believe. Ain't nothing out here more clever than the devil except God. That's it. And the energy thereof. So when I see the devil in reverse being clarified by cleverness, you know what it reminds me of? Remember when the devil tried to trick Jesus in the wilderness at the 40 days and Jesus was able to outfox him because he was clever. He was like, I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm going to just give him what was written, right?
You know, that's crazy that you said that, because if you think about that moment, you know, when we are weak in our flesh for food, you know, we are delirious. We don't make the best judgment in this, and, you know, still the choice was the right one.
And it was clever, right? It shows the craftiness of the Holy Spirit, right? The Spirit of God, Elohim, Yeshua, right? Yashin, all of these names that bear light, that these spirits are very clever, right? Particularly, I like the aspect of Yashim, because Yashim is the warrior aspect of God, right? Very clever, very witty. You know them intuitions where you just able to outfox your enemy? This is how you got spirituality in reverse that was on you with the 8 of Wands, because you dealing with spirits that are very clever, right? Not wicked, clever. It's a difference, right? You know, thank you, Spirit. You know how you know you got spirits that's very clever?
How you know?
Because the wicked ones, they'll do all that they can do in their wicked power, and when it don't work, they'll say, well, they gotta be working with the devil.
Right. Well,
no, they'll say the same. They'll go work with the devil himself, and then they'll do work on you. And then when it don't work, the only conclusion that they can come up with is that the devil made a better deal with you. They be like, and then they be at the devil like, well, it's not working, right? And the devil be confused and reverse. Why? Because the Spirit of the Most High is not to be outwitted nor outfoxed by a spiritual enemy.
You heard
and when you rocking with the Spirit of the Most High, that's how you be coming up out of, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Look, the devil in reverse. Somebody ain't playing about it.
Okay.
Yo, in reverse out here twice.
You know, and I love this. It's like we got the demon on the run again.
We got the demon on it. Man,
out here acting like a hooligan.
We got the demon on the run again.
They working with the moon. We working with the sun. We stuck up in our groove. Got the demon on the run. Let's go tribe.
That kind of energy.
Okay.
You heard me.
You know,
like,
that's exactly what
I got
it is.
the devil in reverse out here twice.
You know, and I know this to be true because we also have number 42, tantric journey. So you could be 24 or 42 years old, okay, in the energy. But it says the frequency of the tantric journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we strictly hold about how we reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensational experiences with ourselves and others. And then it says, live life as if everything is rigged in your favor. So you have, you know, favor is not fair. Someone's like, well, why are you favored? Someone wants to know why you're favored. And Spirit had to say, look, favor is not fair. Something about that. You know, because I told you, you overcame some obsessions, some addictions. You know, you could have been really obsessed with someone. They could have been doing like, you know, you ever be obsessed over someone and you like, they had to be, I don't know why I was like this. Someone could have been doing something in the background, you know, like magic. And, you know, Proverbs tells us that, you know, God knows what goes on in the home of the evil, the wicked. So, you know, while you weren't aware at the time that someone could have been doing something, God was taking care of everything in the background for you. So it's like, yeah, we got the demon on the run again. They working with the moon, we working with the sun. We stuck up in our groove, got the demon on the run. Let's go tribe.
Let's go tribe.
They working with the moon, we working with the sun. We stuck up in our groove, got the demon on the run. Let's go tribe. We got the demon on the run again. You know? It's like out here acting like a hooligan.
Hey.
They working with the moon, we working with the sun.
We stuck up in our groove, got the demon on the run.
Let's go tribe. We got the demon on the run again. Out here acting like a hooligan.
Ancestors in the streets. The ancestors in the streets.
Hey. Hey.
We got the devil on the run again.
Hey. We got the devil on the run again. Look. Out here acting like a hooligan. They working with the moon, we working with the sun. We stuck up in our groove, got the demon on the run. Let's go tribe. We got the demon on the run again. Out here acting like a hooligan. You know? So it's something about that, Queen of Pentacles.
What?
Okay, because you're able to make a way for yourself, because you don't mind working hard. Someone didn't realize that you're not lazy. You know, it's something about the spirit of procrastination. It could have been trying to come upon you, and it's like you're not a lazy person. Like, you could even
They
be
send that spirit. Let's rebuke him.
okay.
His name is Bagor.
Bagor, the spirit of procrastination.
Bagor. We
rebuke
rebuke him right now in the name
of Jesus of
Christ
Nazareth.
of Nazareth, right?
Okay.
We rebuke that spirit.
Okay. Working hard here, diligently, something about that. You know, you could be feeling a lot of projection, because you could even be a thicker person. You could be thick, but like that doesn't mean you're lazy. And someone could be trying to like send procrastination energy to you so that you just don't want to do shit. Okay? This is not your own energy. I need you to get up and do the dishes, sweep the floor, put your makeup on in the house and go live, or whatever you do to make yourself feel good, sis. To make yourself feel good, bro. Whatever it takes, okay? Do you some push-ups in the house, pull-ups or whatever. Go outside and get some rocks and, you know, use those for weights or whatever you need to do to bring your spirit up. Because there's an energy here that did not think that you were strong enough to do this on your own, and you're doing it.
Pick up the phone, Spirit says. Call somebody that you love. They love you. You love them. And talk your shit.
There you go.
Right? That always helps out. Like, you know, especially when it's somebody that you love, right? And a lot of times the enemy always wants us to fight against contacting the ones that we love, right? Especially when we be far off or we be stuck in our own ways. I don't want to call such and such. I don't feel like talking right now. Well, Spirit says, yeah, man, you gotta, God put the people in your life that love you there for a reason.
That's real,
right?
Because toxic people want to keep you to themselves. They don't want you around other people because they want you to be codependent on their energy. So they try to keep you away from other people so that there's no other influence around you. Nobody can see what's going on, so that things are hidden, So pay attention to that. You're not supposed to be hidden. There's nothing secret about you when it comes to you being able to be seen. So I don't know if there's someone trying to keep someone a secret or something. I'm hearing you are Victoria's Secret. Like somebody messed up here. I don't know if someone thought because someone was thicker or something like that they could play games or something like that. But someone got the game totally messed up here. Okay, we got the Wheel of Fortune here. Something about, there's a change of events. Number 10 could be significant. You could have a 10-year-old child, or, you could have just been going through this battle for the last 10 years, It could have started when you were 10 years old is what I'm hearing. Some of you guys, this shit has been going on since you have been 10 years old. And guess what? Look at you now, Imagine where you're going to be in the next 5 years, because every 5 years, look at how drastic your life truly changes. A lot of you guys, you may go from no child to a 5-year-old. You may go from being in high school to being a college graduate. Your life changes so much in 5 years. Be proud of where you are right now in the moment. Evil wants us to worry about everything that we don't have, everything we have not accomplished. But what about the things you have accomplished? What about how far you have come right now, right? What about, what's going on great in your energy right now? What is God doing for you right now that you could be thankful for, right? There's so many things that we could be ungrateful for. But with the Wheel of Fortune here, I don't know. There's a change of events. I feel like it's time, to be happy. This is like the energy of bliss for me. The Wheel of Fortune is where, it could have been a really misfortunate life for you. You could have been a person where you were struggling for food in the home as a child. But guess what? There's a change of events here for you. Okay? Something about that. Okay? There's something about you being connected, as above, so below. You could be a person that looks at the sky a lot. You could have been very impressed by the sky as a child. Okay, your name could be Tia, T-I-A, Art, A-R-T. Antonio is what I'm saying. Okay, something about Lot, maybe Lot's wife, no looking back. Something about that. Okay, there's something about a book. Okay, I don't know if you need to grab a book to read. I don't know if you're just reading the manual to life better. You're creating your own manual to life. Something about that. Whatever you're doing to gain more knowledge, more wisdom, I feel like you're being patient. You're sitting down and being still and knowing that God is exactly who God says he is.
Somebody could be studying the Goetia, the Goetia writings or something.
Some apocryphal literature. Someone could be reading the book of Tobit.
The Kabbalah.
I heard Tobias.
Yeah, the Kabbalah, definitely somebody could be. Over here, I got a Knight of Wands, right? But I got the New Beginnings in reverse. So I was studying my intuition because I wasn't going to read it. Honestly, I was just going to start playing. But then it was the Knight of Wands, like Spirit, read that. So I'm going to read it. Knight of Wands to the New Beginning in reverse. It's screaming of the things that you need to go get, right? You feel like you don't have them. I'm going to name some of them. Energy, passion, adventure, generosity, courage, departure, right? You feel like you don't have the ability to go into your own new beginning. But Spirit says it's right there for you. It's there, right? It's just like energy was first. So you may be feeling like, I don't have the energy to move into, but Spirit says you do, right? Catch hold to the Knight of Wands energy is available. it requires you to move, right? You know, one thing I can say, y'all, in my life, I have never seen nobody turn their feet that way and walk in that direction, though. I've never seen it. Have you? Have you ever, imagine a person turning their feet this way, but wanting to go that way, right? Before you even go that way, meaning before you even start the journey, you got to put your feet
The right way.
in the right way,
That's
right?
real.
And that ain't got nothing to, that's not a whole lot of effort, right? You can do that without moving. So putting your feet the right way could be assimilated to this change in your mind, having a change of heart, right?
And I know that's right because, you know, I know that's right.
And then you got the Knave of Coins to the transformation in reverse, right? And that's you really being naive, right? And I'm gonna say that. Is you being naive, is being unwilling to really move into what's promised to you. I don't know if it's a lack of confidence. I don't know if it's procrastination. I don't really know what it is, right? But it's something that got you not really wanting to embrace the full aspect of transformation in this energy. And I want to tell you this, right? Because this is important, and somebody, you got to hear this. I got the Temperance out here, Gabriel, and I got the manifestation in reverse. So Spirit is not allowing something to happen. Spirit is holding something back, right? So if it's something in regards to that, you got to be willing to go get it, right? I ain't gonna lie, because Temperance to the manifestation in reverse, that Spirit saying, nah, you could be connected to a person and Spirit won't allow you to be blessed because you can't manifest it with them. Because Spirit said they're gonna disrupt it. They haven't worked side by side with you to get this. They haven't done nor put the effort. So as long as you attach to an energy like that, Spirit is always gonna hold up the manifestations, right? No, Spirit says no more forlorn spiritual babies need to be born. People are already crazy enough. I feel God done already blessed people that way. Like we were speaking about, I was watching something earlier where a person was blessed that way. God blessed them in spite of the people they were connected to. God blessed them in spite of them not being willing or wanting to change. And you know what that person did? They forfeited their calling. They let the things that God blessed them with call them to not adhere to their call. So I feel like God is probably at a place where that has already played out. Maybe the Spirit is holding things back now until we can get it together.
I believe that. Oh, I was saying I believe that because I see the Ten of Swords here. So there's the end of something. It's like the inevitable is what I'm hearing. You know, this is where all the things that tried to take you out. Look at this. This is very graphic, you know. This is like, you know, all of the betrayal, you know, all of the hurt, all of the pain. This is really, you know, allowing yourself to understand that this is the end of this, you know. Certain situations, they just, you know, when God stops the situation, it's over. I'm hearing finish him, okay, finish her, whatever it is. But there's something about, even though you could be a little nervous, I feel like you are at a stage of willing to let go of things, especially earthly things. Like, you know, this stuff could be like non-important to you right now. Spirit is saying keep speaking out with the Queen of Swords here, okay? Keep living in your truth. You know, there could be someone, and Spirit is saying that you could be needing to find a little bit more compassion with your words. You know, words are very cutting. So I don't know, there could be someone, and you could really mean very, very well, but sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know, a person could say, you know, I don't like your shoes. You know, they just don't look good on you. There's something about them. I don't like them, right? Or a person could say, you know, you look really nice, but if you try those shoes on, you know, they may go a little bit better. Someone's going to be more, you know, acceptable to that kind of, you know, language versus being very cutting. I don't know. Someone could be like, I don't know, you could be on the borderline of being like nice, nasty. Those can be the worst people. The nice, nasty ones, like, you know, they really don't want to be nice to you, but because they believe in whatever they believe in, they feel like they are being nice in whatever way that they're trying to be sarcastic or whatever it is, right? But something about nice, nasty, someone could be doing this to you. But keep speaking your truth. Your truth is changing things around here with the Wheel of Fortune card. Your truth is really changing things. It's switching up the events, because at one time, you know, you weren't living in your own truth. So how could how could things around you be true, right? How can you truly expect peace and serenity and truth if you're not living in your own truth at the time? So there's a change of events here, and I love this. It's like a change of events now. Hey, a change of events now. Hey, I like this energy, you know. It's been a delight, you know, to talk about all of these different energies, you know, to see that, you know, we're not perfect, but we're balancing this thing out. You know, we're giving our best. You know, there's someone, and, you know, you're giving your best at whatever it is you're doing, you know. It's like, you know, all you have to give is your best. Even if it's something that, you know, you could be working at a job where you really don't want to work there. You feel like it doesn't pay you enough. But Spirit says that if you give your best at this job, then another one can be provided to you, right? But if you don't appreciate the small one, how can God give you a bigger and better blessing? So it's something about that. There's a change of events. You know, you're becoming more delightful to work with, more of a delight. You know, you're making things easier, going with the flow. Now, while I know it can be challenging, you know, when you got all this energy going on in the background, you know, give yourself a pat on the back and stop being so concerned about everyone who is against you, and stick to the people that are for you, right? That's all you have to worry about. There's plenty of people that are going to be against us. They were against Jesus Christ of Nazareth, right? However, you know, begin to build, you know, with your tribe, you know, people that care about you. You know, when you surround yourself with positive energy, you become that, right? So, overall, good energy. Okay? And that was your message. That was your message. We hope you enjoyed. Hey, and we'll be back later on. Hey, we hope you guys enjoyed. That was your message. We love you guys so much. We'll be back this evening, probably around 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your late night show, okay? We hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, you know.
Run them hearts up real
right?
quick before we get off.
Yeah,
Let's
run them up. We'll sing for them. If you would like to contribute to our channel to help our channel grow, our Cash App is on the page. Thank you to everyone for your random spiritual donations, your support, your love, your words of encouragement, you know, your divine gifts that you share with us. Thank you for trusting us and your energy for personal readings. We love you guys so much, okay? If you haven't already, join us on YouTube. We're Elemental Beings Divine News. I will be going back later on and posting to our subscribers only. So if you are a subscriber, we got some videos coming for you. It's like we're tapping out this energy. Hey, run them hearts up. Hype me up. Hey, hype me up. Hype me up now. Hype me up. Hey, hype me up. Run them hearts up. Hey, we love y'all. And we elemental beings. Run them hearts up. We elemental beings. Hey. And that was your live show. All personal readings are, you can just inbox us. They're free. We just ask for a spiritual donation for our time. Our inbox is open. Hey, we only do video live chat. So if you can't get on camera, don't even hit us up. Hey. So we only do video. Hey.
I believe she inboxed us already.
I can't even see who it is. You know, I can't really see. I just seen
I'm
reading
not
at the
sure,
end.
but I think I don't remember everybody, but for some odd reason, I think she inboxed.
Well, if we received an inbox, we responded to it. I've checked all inboxes and they have been responded to. Hey, go and check your message. Hey, go and check your message. Hey,
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
Jen.
Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Hey, you must discern the truth for expect to get lost. The world is going crazy, respect is lost. The world is going crazy, respect is lost. You must discern the truth for expect to get lost. You must discern the truth for expect to get lost.
You hear me?
We love you guys so much. We elemental beings. We'll be back a little bit later. I shake mamas. I shake papas. We out of here.